Okay, we are live. Are we? Hope we are. Okay, we are live. Are we? There I am. What a freaking Friday. For once I had lunch with enough time and everything, and I still managed to waste time and come in here late. The problem with this is that if I go back to back and forth from oh, that's the thing. I don't have the go back to ZBrush button here. If I export again, it's probably gonna lose all of the materials that I had already assigned. Why are those stitches freaking? Oh, because they lost the assigned material precisely. This wood is a bit too saturated. Can I find it somewhere? And desaturated, decolorated somehow. It's a neat texture. I might need a less saturated version of it. Is Streamlabs not working? Stream elements? Weird that it didn't say. Oh, it did say it on. For some reason I can see it in OBS and I cannot see it in an actual Twitch. That it announces when I'm live. It's very weird. Anyway, let's do. What the hell am I doing? This texture, I like it, but it's a bit too saturated. It's a bit too yellow. I'd like to make it a little bit warmer. A little bit less saturated, or a lot less saturated. I think that's better for my taste. This is a bit too yellow. This is warmer. I'm gonna save it as. I'm probably gonna save it in the Ergol folder in the sculptures. For God's sake, I can't find anything. Ergol. Let's call it 2024 Light Oak. Anyway, I'm probably gonna lose all of these materials here. I can use the same bump on the same thing because it's the same. That's more like it. See? It's subtle, but I mean, it's more wood in my mind. As opposed to this, it looks a bit too yellow, a bit too saturated in the color. I'm gonna have to replace them one by one because I changed the orientation in some of them to match the angle of the arm and the thing. I think it's like tileable, like in a good way. It's one of the things that I wanted to do yesterday. I think now it's better than this yellowish thing. It's more wood-like. This freaking bag I'm probably gonna get rid of, and I'm gonna try to. This is what we're doing today. I'm gonna get rid of this bag for the torso, and I'm going to maybe make a better mouth, or a better sort of system for the mouth. That's very dark. Because it looks like, what even is it? Everything else is like stitched on or something, and the mouth suddenly is like this plastic thing put on top. These little dolls. Maybe the angle shouldn't be that, and the scale could be bigger. Maybe it could be lighter or darker or something. I like this material so much better. Oh, I forgot to replace the wood in this. Why is the hay so different? I feel like it's the exact same material, and this looks darker, this looks lighter. I kinda like what we have going on right now. Maybe this could be a... We could still make it a little bit lighter, maybe. Like it's been exposed to the sun all this time. It's kind of subtle. Is it crashing? Oh my god. Are you honestly gonna crash? You bastard. I should probably have Discord open. Is it really crashing, for God's sake? Oh my freaking god. Are you really? For God's sake, for God's freaking sake. Let's close Photoshop. Are you fucking serious? My freaking God. Did it open? Oh yeah. Well, did I not save anything? I didn't do much, but freaking mother of Satan! Please. This matches more the other tones that I'm using too. So I'm glad I took that. The time and the. This is an actual texture that comes with Keyshot. So please, kiss. I think it's much better this way. What else did I change? Oh, I restored this material here. That's a bit too dark for these stitches. There's something in here, I believe, that it's like a disc. Or, wait. Basically, I like it. I like that it looks subtle, but I like that I did a poly painting here instead of applying. Those are painted highlights and shadows and stuff like that. The pants are like a procedural that does that kind of too. It enhances the sort of wrinkles, but it's a curvature. It's procedural. Is there any friends streaming right now? I feel like it should be smaller. Why is it so freaking big? I'm like opening in this kind of. It shouldn't look so wide in this kind of lens, this kind of optic. The hell am I looking for God's sake? This is more normal looking for size. Where are we? I don't know if it looks silly being this, looking angry like this. I'm growing to like him more, I feel like. This was basically a thing that I made up. Does the stream still work? I paused it after the crash, and I look at it and I see Keyshot crashing in the Twitch player, and I feel like it's still crashing. I should redo this burlap. I should redo or get rid of this bag here for the chest. I'm probably gonna replace it like Defi said, something like maybe some kind of rib sort of structure. And I thought, since he is enchanted, he should have some kind of crystal somewhere, not growing out of him like in the animals that are actual natural magical creatures. But since crystal have to do with the magic system in this world, probably he would have some kind of crystal powering him. And I thought it should be some sort of heart, some sort of crystal heart. It could be a shard like on anything else. It could be like a gem or something, but I'm just saying it should be placed, quote unquote, in the heart. And it also ends up being like a bit of an analogy with Pinocchio again. This one, paste material. Maybe smaller or larger. What's a better grain for this? The Ergol should be 0. Yes. I think they could be darker. These little dowels that. Slightly a little darker, like maybe they're a different wood or something. Copy material, paste. Linked material, and paste linked material here. Are this on the other side different? Yeah, I have to paste linked material and paste linked material. Maybe this angle could be a better thing, but I like this wood a lot more. I keep saying it, but it's so true. This hay here, I'm still not convinced by it. This is disappearing. Those parts are there alone, right? They're not linked to any other. Let's go back to the basics. I don't want to really go back here, but maybe I could give it some kind of hinge here too, so the torso can sort of rotate too, as opposed to just the arms. Maybe it can spin around the main sort of thing. It's not that animated anyway. It's kind of the point that it's like very simple, mechanically and magically. I was looking at the system requirements for the Tomb Raider remasters. I'm thinking that I don't know if I'm going to be able to play them. I was looking forward to it. I was looking forward to streaming them, but I honestly don't know if it's gonna work. I don't necessarily know what to do. We had said maybe it could be like some kind of carved, some kind of system of that looks like ribs. But in that case, if Ergol made actual ribs for him, he would have made them wider and not this flat. Am I gonna have to make the whole vest wider again? It's a bit of a problem because if I'm gonna have to merge it again with all the parts, unless I go through the trouble of masking everything else so it's not affected by like a thing. This again I'm not very fond of. I will go back to. I will redo the burlap kind of thing. These freaking fibers really bother me. They look nothing like the rest. That made them thinner a little bit. We technically don't know what the legs sort of structure is, if there is something here, because if there is this kind of calf, maybe there's something here. So maybe the legs could be animated too, in a sense. Not super animated, again, just so he can scare away the birds. Oh, those stitches from the bag are still there. Are they their own separate subtool, or they come with something else? Okay, I can hide them. I could delete them too, but let's not completely get rid of them in case I change my mind, but I should pause this. I don't know if Phil's going, he hasn't said anything, but I don't know if he's going to stream today since he didn't yesterday. Probably not, but it's very hot in here. It's gonna be very hot for the remainder of January. We're going to have over 100 degrees Frankenstein every day. Is any friend streaming? Again, I think I already asked. Oh, Snoit is still streaming. Nash is streaming. Nathan is streaming. I feel so bad that I cannot really watch anyone. I don't know if I should try to make some kind of ellipsis, some kind of, not ellipsis, some kind of elliptical shape for the sort of so-called ribs, and maybe make just like 3 of them. But I'm kind of compelled to do something more like using the same kind of dowels, but if I bent it a little bit like this, why is it closer to one side than the other? What? No. Something kind of like that, just a little bit of a curve, and yeah, but how would I complete it then? I thought of doing something more like more like a flat cylinder, big but flat. Maybe like 3 of those or something, like a slight something that looks a little bit like a structural thing, like it's actually attempting to mimic ribs, but it's just that. Maybe this one could go higher. Not much higher, since the arms would collide here, I guess. That is sticking out of the torso. So I want to put the quote-unquote heart somewhere in there, so I don't want it to occupy that space either. But this is kind of what I want, for it to look like it's supporting the vest. And it's giving some shape to the torso. Is this a blue axis thing? Something like that, then a middle one, and maybe a lower one. least there they are equidistant. I don't know if they should be like different sizes, but at least again, I want it to look like it's giving that kind of girth to the torso. I don't want to deform what are very good cylinders, but they're working in the front and not on the back. I like something like that, like it's a very simple but sort of skeletal structure kind of thing. Where the hell is the vest so I can, if we see the structure itself, it's kind of like ribs. And now here or somewhere, if we insert like a gem here in the middle of a chest, like it's powering him, and like it's his heart in a way. It can only go here because of this sort of ribs, unless I move the whole thing up. But I think this is a good distance. It's kind of, this distance is the same as this in between them, and this. It's like some interesting, basic, but sort of somewhat sensical anatomy. I should probably remesh them because they are like this very same long cylinder squeezed, and it has too many subdivisions here that make no sense. Let's just go for a quick one. Is it done? No. Why are you taking so freaking long? Should I have... Well, it's done now. Should I have remeshed the individual cylinders? It's not gonna crash, is it? Okay, I aborted it. Oh wait. Is that better? Let's now insert just one gem. I have like a gem brush, don't I? Split from split masked. And split two parts. Is it only one part? Yeah, just in case, because I never know. Since symmetry was on, it made just one in the center, but sometimes you don't know. Yeah, if I put it there, it's gonna be too much like in the... If I put it there, it's too much in the center when the heart should be more on the left side or whatever, but the idea is kind of that it's powered by that one gem, because it's a magical guy. The one other thing that I wanted to fix again was the burlap thingy. In the face. This freaking... Is there anything I can do? Well, that's softening the tips and not the actual fibers. I don't want to do that. It's too freaking much. Is there anything I can do to mask the tips? There's a rogue fiber here that's also clipping with the pants. I don't love this freaking thingies, but I like to think that Ergol sort of carved this wooden foot form so the shoes would stay on. These are very kind of high poly. Can I reconstruct the subdivision? Yeah. Can I reconstruct even more? Okay, no, just delete the higher one. It doesn't need to be. I wanted to make them more worn or something, but I don't know what exactly can I do. What am I doing here? Again, I don't know if it makes sense for the torso to be made to look that skinny. If he was going to make like an internal structure for it, he probably would have made it. I'm gonna try to bring it back to some kind of girth, but is this? No. These are the sort of accents. Where are the stitches for the vest? Are those it? Let's move them down here and let's Yeah, let's save. I don't know if I'm afraid I'm gonna lose the poly painting of the thing if I merge them. But just in case. There it is. Yep. Did exactly what I thought would happen. That's kind of a problem, but I don't want to eyeball anything. But I'm gonna have to. If I merge these things, I'm gonna lose the poly painting. I feel like if he's gonna give this guy some internal structure, the torso wouldn't be so completely flat. Oh. Okay, those match because the actual axis thing was in the same position, so I can make them match. Now the problem is the stitches. The stitches are not just gonna fall into place. Where even is the axis? Oh. Well, for eyeballing it is pretty damn decent. I think these are in place. This could be a little bit. I'm gonna mask these out because this look fine, but the other stitches could be closer here to the actual thing. They're not clipping through, are they? It's a very small, subtle thing. Worst case scenario, I can always extract them here a little bit. Okay, I think that's better. Question mark. I don't know if it's sitting exactly on the arm as it should be, but well, what the hell, too freaking bad. Now these things could be wider. Right. Like they are kind of giving the torso on the vest, its shape. It's less flat. It makes some sense. It would be really funny if it had something in there like a bird's nest or something, but it would be too much, and it wouldn't even be that visible. This gem, maybe I can rotate like that. I think it looks better than this. Is it symmetrical enough? Is it subdivided? Okay, yeah. I kinda need to see, well, I can see through the, yeah, it's probably too deep in here. I don't know if I should make it some kind of system. We're barely gonna see it, but some kind of, okay, no, it's something like some kind of support system. Let's slice, no, it's trim, just like that, like there's a little thing where it's some kind of structure that keeps it in place. Split, no, because they are different materials. I don't know what material should that be, but we're not even gonna see it. But again, for the sake of making it like it's not just a gem in the wood, like there's a little thing supporting it, sort of holding it. Maybe I should have done some kind of, what's the subdivision here? Well, it's not great for this, but something maybe like the way this kind of gem is held in place in actual jewelry. If I could, that's the problem here, the subdivision is whatever, but if I could like extract something like that. Maybe something like this instead. It's like very thin. I generally make things thicker. I generally make things too thick, but maybe something like that. Instead of this other thing. I don't know why I cannot get this freaking tango out of my head. Of all things. I don't even know. I don't even remember when I heard it. Well, I did sort of play it again last night, but I don't even remember why I had this kind of nostalgia for it. This is so freaking bad. I don't know if I should separate it a little bit from the thing itself, especially here in this angle, it's outside. I feel like they're touching too much. Can we... If we polish this, it's gonna go completely... This is so freaking asymmetrical, but I wanted to have some sort of a fixture. It's kind of what makes it different. While the animals are growing crystals, this guy, being an unnatural thing is that he is kind of like Ergol himself. Needs a crystal to be sort of fastened in there. For him to have some kind of mimicry of life. This is so wonky. But it came out better than it should have, because the actual shape is terrible. The actual masking that I did to the gem. I wish there was a way to make this like a straight line, where it's not, or maybe not a straight line, but the correct kind of curve. All I can do is soften it. This is one thing that's very much not like the rest of the structure, but I wonder what else kind of magic powered, kind of half mechanical thing, half magic, has Ergol put together for his house. Probably not too many things. Again, I want to sort of establish this guy as like the one and first sort of collaboration between Ergol and Astrid. Did I delete that higher subdivision? How about this guy? See, these guys are probably also too high. I wanted to do something with the shoes, make them look worn, torn, something too. But well, the one thing that I came up was that sole. And these are simpler shoes than the ones Ergol's actually wearing. He's wearing the one with the ones with the monogram sort of buckle. Okay, I got rid of a sort of bag in the chest because I wasn't happy with it. I'd like to do something about the... He's only going to have one expression at a time, but I need for both of them to be there, so I can export them to keyshot. But I'd like to do something with the mouth and the eyebrows. I feel like everything else is kind of like a dummy, like an actual ragdoll, like an actual scarecrow. But these are like some weird rubbery features that are just sitting on the face. I don't know if I should add stitches as well, or what exactly could I do? To make them look more integrated to the thing, as it were. At least now I gave it this kind of rib cage sort of structure that kind of keeps the vest in place and with some shape. Instead of it just being a stick, and also the fact that now I've given it a sort of a gem for a heart. That's probably the one thing that powers him, because he's enchanted. He's not alive, he's only sort of enchanted to come alive to scare the birds away. Or maybe to say some minimum things like just greet Ergol. I don't know what to do. I do know what to do. I know what I have to do next anyway. Let's go back. I don't know what to do with these features again. I don't know if I should make them flatter, closer to the face maybe. They're like sticking out like a weird rubbery thing again in the finished one. Well, the finished one. This is not finished, but in the one with actual materials applied to it. I ended up making it just sort of a rubbery material that's just sitting in there. The eyes are this buttons. I'm gonna try to make a better version of this kind of burlap bag texture. But the head, the face itself is a burlap bag. The eyes are some buttons. But the actual mouth and brows are this weird kind of rubbery thing that is not as integrated to the thing as everything else. So I don't know, I should flatten it maybe. That already brings it closer to the actual sort of structure of the thing. Maybe also if it's not sticking out so much, it would look more integrated. I don't know if this frown really sort of works, but the idea is to just to give it that kind of slightly scary face for the sake of, for the fact that it's a scarecrow. But maybe he can smile too again if he greets Ergol or someone. He probably has a very minor relationship with the sunflower character, because they're both in the same place. If nothing else. Oh, it scared me. Maybe just like that, it's already less of a rubbery thing sticking out. I don't know if I should give it some banana stitches. Probably with a much smaller brush size. I don't know if that works. Oof. Please. Come on. What size is this? Oh, it's a bit larger than the usual 15 I think I used for the other stitches. But maybe it could just have one set of stitches? I'm just trying it out again. B. I don't know how it's going to switch from the frown to the smile. Now that I think about it, because of the brows, I can kind of move around. They're just gonna go from one angle to the other, but the actual frown and the actual smile, I really don't know how those are gonna work. Jesus, freaking pinch brush, I always say it. Sculptress is so much better. That's the problem, see? It kind of makes them in the right size, but it pinches them also in the Z-axis, and it's not what I want. It lifted them in a weird way. I don't know if this would work, but let's try it. With symmetry on, damn it. I don't know if it's going to be too many stitches, it's going to end up looking like a freaking zipper. I don't want it to look like teeth, I want it to look like stitches. That's what they are. I don't know if that's like too much. Why did I wait? I don't know why I duplicated the stitches twice. Would that be too much? Can I polygroup the masking? Where the hell is polygroups? Can I group the masked part? Yep. That's exactly it. Just in case I need to separate them again. I don't want it to be the exact same thing. Would that be too much for the whole thing? Did I set keyshot as render already? No. Let's try here just to see what the mouth with stitches on the same shade look like. The problem is I'm gonna have to adjust, now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to adjust those stitches to the burlap thing if I sort of remake them. Can I repurpose these stitches for the frown? It'll be too good to be true. For the smile, I mean. It's not gonna really match this shape, is it? But I can make it fit. Oh, I should also make this smile flatter to begin with, right? Let's save just in case it crashes again. No, it was keyshot what crashed, but I've already had a crash today. Again, I should already make, if not fully animated scenes yet, maybe some kind of layout with the characters together in scenes, in something. I want to put together something that it's already resembling some kind of scene. from the actual thing. And there goes my screen. Is it still working? Testing. Yeah, I don't know why my screen just sort of flickers sometimes. I don't know if it's affecting the stream or not. Generally it's not, but can I do something to improve this? Oh. Wrong brush. Some Fridays are more busy. You have more viewers. You have more chatters. But lately I feel like nobody's really coming. It's my fault really, because I cannot really reciprocate. I don't watch a lot of Twitch. The only spare time that I have, I spend it streaming. So I can't really a lot of the time I don't even know when people are streaming. Last night at least I got to check on Banger's stream again. I've missed it a million times. I always see like on Twitter that he announces he's going live or something, and by the time I get there it's generally already over. So I've been able to catch his stream now a couple of times, a couple of Thursdays. Having missed it most of the time before. Again, I'm not sure how these stitches would work. Or not the stitches, how the mouth itself would work, how it would transition from one expression to the other. For the sculpting purposes, I'm making it this way. Maybe to animate it, I should do an entirely different thing. Maybe I should make just some kind of shape that morphs. Right now I'm kind of too confident. God knows what I'm gonna be really able to do with all this in actual Moho for the animating part. And again, I don't know if I should do the same thing for the brows. I don't know if it should be that kind of cartoony thing when with just one frame to the next it goes from a frown to a smile. Or maybe in actual Moho I can create some kind of in-between shape Anyway, let's save. Let's freaking save all the time. This burlap texture is really, it's really annoying me. I don't know if it's something that I should just try to do with an actual texture on Keyshot, or what the heck. Let's hide these for a while. Let's go back to the frown also. Let's maybe hide this thing because it's gonna get in the way. And let's stitch these thingies together. Then I'm gonna take a little bathroom break because I haven't gone to the bathroom in a while, and I've been drinking a lot of my water. What the hell size is this? I always say it should be under 15 for this. Let's put them in there and then move them in here because they are why is this sinking in there so much? Let's split from the mask points. Let's just deform them into place. I don't know if they should have been smaller for this being a smaller feature as it is. I don't know if the ragdoll kind of thing is gonna work better this way, but I had to try something because I didn't like the idea of the features just being like a rubbery thing just floating on the face the way it's here. Make it more integrated in the ragdoll actual scarecrow thing. These are floating in here. They're basically a banana shape, but obviously it doesn't go through the whole thing in a way actual stitches would. It's all make-believe. I should probably create a different polygroup out of the masked ones in case I need to separate them again. What is this? Not masking, freaking polygroups. Group masked. There. Yes. Now let's make the cap sort of visible again. Let's see what the let's mask the actual eyebrows. Let's save a screenshot of this. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom for a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna refill my water bottle that I already drank completely for some reason. Be right back. Are we back? Is it working? Testing, testing. Are we back? Is it working? Testing, testing. Alright. Did I save a screen cap of this? Whoops. Oh, see. Is it still recording? I changed the OBS scene unintentionally. I don't know why the capture card sometimes just goes off completely. It doesn't go off. It doesn't necessarily. OBS doesn't necessarily recognize it immediately as it used to. I don't know what changed. I didn't change anything in my configuration. I'm checking Discord. Again, well, let's do the... Probably we can recycle the same stitches for the neutral expression, kinda, as it were. For these other brows, maybe I should hide the frown so I can work in these more comfortably. It's just sort of positioning them and then kind of placing them in there. Are these kind of still sort of floating? Do the others do that too? No, these are just... It's just for the sake of pestering me. Annoying me. I don't know. It's just a touch, I feel like. I wanted also to give like that'll work. Oh, he's offline now? Oh, I thought he was on. Who is online that we should check out? Snoit is online. And Nathan too. There is Snoit, Jesus Christ, again. Streaming for 13 hours straight. I probably would do that too for my... if I do my... when I do this year my daily challenge. Maybe I could stream for that long, but... what? But I would take some breaks for eating and whatnot, so I probably wouldn't be online like all day, or streaming all day. But I probably would work on the challenge all day, because it is kind of what I do. Oh, Liz is on. Oh my god, Snow just raiding me. And I'm here doing... There you guys are. Thank you, Snoit, so much for raiding. I was just lurking in your stream in another of your marathonical streams. Hello everyone, thank you for raiding. I'm making some kind of scarecrow character. I don't know if you've seen it before. I changed a few thingies for this kind of fantasy thing that I'm doing. Hello everyone. Hi Galactic Dust. Hi Morning Star. I kind of made it in the image of my protagonist character. He made his scarecrow look like himself, so... So the birds will think it's him. Kind of what we do with scarecrows, I guess. I had given it some kind of a burlap bag here, and I changed it into what Defi suggested, some kind of something that's barely reminiscent of like a ribcage, and I gave it a gem in here because the magic system of this world has to do with gems and crystals, and he's not really alive, but he's sort of enchanted, so he will come to life and be articulated to scare the birds away. See you, Snoid, again. You must be exhausted, right? You've been streaming for like 13 hours. Thank you again for bringing your people. This is... I still haven't updated it, but this is kind of like what the keyshot version is gonna look like with actual materials on. It's like wood, a sort of a wooden structure with hay, with a... It's very simple, but it's something I came up with on Monday, thinking of a scene that I was working on before. Yeah, I wanted to see what it was going to look like with closer to final materials and in a kind of realistic lighting. So yesterday I brought it here. But today I've been making some adjustments. I want to redo the sort of burlap texture in the bag that's the face and the head, and I added some stitches as well for the mouth and the eyebrows, because they were kind of like, they looked like rubbery, and they were like floating on the face. Now I just stitched them to the actual face. Where are these? I gave it a bit of a frown since it's meant to scare the birds away. I did some kind of poly painting to the head and the vest, just sort of enhancing the lights and shadows and trying to make it look a little bit worn, like it's been in the sun for a long time. But I'm pretty much trying to move on to finish it for now. I made some adjustments to the vest as well, because it was a little bit too flat now that I gave it this kind of rib structure. This... What am I doing? No. I don't know what kind of structure can I make here that looks like to look like the gem is mounted on it. Anyway, it's barely even visible, but I don't want it to look like it's just floating there in the wooden structure. That. Okay, one of the final touches for here for the actual ZBrush version before I move definitely to Keyshot is trying to give this bag the kind of burlap texture that I had done before, but better. I'm not very happy with what I did here. It's kind of messy, it's all over the place. So I wanted to try redoing that. The idea is for the character is kind of crafty, he's good with his hands, so he made this kind of structure, and as a sort of a collaboration with the whole story that I'm telling is how he gets together with a young sorceress to work on a sort of a spell. And this is like a previous collaboration of them. He made this sort of structure and she enchanted it for him. It's not really alive, it just sort of comes alive when it needs to scare the birds away. And my main character is not as comfortable using magic. He is supposed to be the successor of his maker. He doesn't feel qualified or ready. He hasn't been using magic all this time. He thinks he doesn't have it in him. The story so far isn't really about that, but that's kind of his personality right now. So he made this sort of structure and she enchanted it. And that's like a first sort of collaboration between the two of them. And the actual story that I'm telling is the second one, a bigger one. They're teaming up to make this spell. And the actual guy is going to spend the day collecting the last sort of ingredients for the spell, and then he's gonna go meet her and they're gonna make it happen. That's the story. I hope I'll be able to, now that I have some characters finished, I should just start making some animations, if nothing else, as a test, and to put together like a little teaser, like a little sort of trailer, to have something to show to people, because so far I have only some finished characters, and I talk about this and people don't know exactly what I'm talking about, or what it's really gonna look like from just my attempt to convey what it is. I had done this before. I had masked based on this noise, and I had inverted it. This is kind of messy, it's kind of squeezed in some parts, stretched in others. I don't know how to necessarily how to apply the noise thing and the surface thing more evenly, or when it applies it more evenly, it's get kind of smeared here in the stitches in the sides. I'm gonna save with this masking, but let's undo it again. And let's just apply the noise. If I edit the noise and I do it like in the 3D kind of way, I don't know why it's also in this angle and it gets smeared in here. If I make it UV based, it kind of works better with this UV. But if I apply a different UV map, if I create a different one, if I do like a cylindric one, okay, fine. I probably need help with this, but this, how do I reorient the cylinder? Should I just rotate the whole shape, maybe? 90 degrees, and then apply that cylinder, and then maybe rotate it back. That's marginally better. Citation needed. There's still a weird sort of stitch in here. I don't know if I could make the same with a spherical. Is that better? What? Oh. It's kind of something, and I like that it becomes kind of concentric here to this shape. It's probably a little bit better than what I had going on. I don't know what the top looks like, but it doesn't matter really because we're not gonna see this part. But I wanted something that hugs the shape better, and probably this basic UV shapes are not UV maps are not the best, but maybe I can just transfer that again using the masking by noise kind of thing. Because planar, again, it makes the same mess here. It looks pretty even and uniform here in the front, but it's all smeared in here and messy. This is what I had done before, and it kind of makes a bit of a mess. That is maybe a little bit better. It's kind of weird, but I like how it wraps around the corners here. I think that's much better than what I had going on. Maybe I should just do this. Of course, if there's anything I can help, but I am far from an expert. Right now I'm struggling with this because I don't know how to apply this texture in a satisfying kind of way. But of course, if there's anything I can help. I'm also using a kind of old version of ZBrush. I haven't really updated in a while. Yeah, I have, but again, there's a lot of things that I'm not great at, and I'm using a really old version. The 4R8 is kind of old. But yeah, if I can help you with some basics, of course, do ask me. I think this is better than what I had going on. I might again. Let's save this just in case. I'll go back to the highest resolution and back to surface mask by noise. Can I sharpen? Can I sharpen this? And let's sort of invert so this... No. It was correct. Let's just deflate a little bit this negative space between the stitches. What the hell am I looking for here? Let's inflate with the negative values. Maybe they're not that high. Let's duplicate this. Let's revert this back to the noise. That works so well. Let's keep that as a referencey thingy. Okay. Of course, absolutely. Thank you so much for raiding again. I was not expecting it. I was lurking in your stream, and I suddenly saw the thing. Thank you so much. I need to make like a better thing to sort of introduce myself or something, but I never know what to do, what to say. I don't know if here I should try to just do some. I shouldn't have unmasked, probably. Yeah. Let's invert the mask. Let's colorize the actual this is way too dark, something like that. Let's colorize the negative space. Is this a bit too much? Here this is kind of smeared together, the texture. This could be done better, but I am too dumb to know how. Let's recolorize this. No. Something like that, maybe. I don't know if it's too intense. Maybe I can fix it still using the masking. I maybe used to inflate too much. That reduces it a little bit. Again, the mouth is the mask is going to be, the mouth is going to be darker than it is here. I haven't assigned the proper material here or anything. Where is the one? Is this one that I just did? No, that's the old one, I hope. Is this one? This is the one. I don't know if we should take this again and try to just take it to ZBrush. What time is it? Maybe we should just take it to Keyshot already and see what changes we need to make. See if that new burlap thingy sort of works. I should glad that I remembered that I should have both sets of mouths and eyebrows on, so I export them both. Two keyshot. Even if I only use one. If I export it right now as it is, I'm probably gonna lose all of these materials, because that's the way freaking keyshot works, right? It's not gonna keep them. So let's save this. Let's save here, in case we have to. Most likely we're gonna have to. What happened? Let's just render. Is it not rendering? What is happening? Is it not gonna transfer here? Here we go. It's probably gonna lose all of the materials and I'm gonna have to do it again, right? Some materials here are kind of procedural. What happened? Did it? Yeah. As I feared, exactly. That's exactly what happened. This looks. Why does it look so dark in here? I had kind of the same problem with the actual character. The mushroom cap of the real character darkens the face so much. It's like such a big problem with that shadow. Can I undo anything here? No, because I just re-exported. Let's just reopen the Edwin scene. I'm gonna have to rename this to something else, so the new one is going to export as a completely different thing, so I can keep this one with the actual materials on. It's really annoying that I have to do all of this again. But well, what you gonna do? Let's export again. Now I'm gonna have a big one and a smaller one, and I'm gonna have to copy and paste a lot of the materials that I had already assigned to this one. Wow, it's a really big one and a small one. Let's do the exact same thing that I did before. This is let's rotate it. I don't know why the normals do that also, and let's make it smaller and snap to brown. Okay, now we're closer. This material we're gonna have to save to the library, and these two, because I can't just copy one from the other. These are textures that are saved and in a temporary thing for the other scene, and if I delete this character, it's not gonna be the same. What did I save that as? Red cap. Let's transfer them before I forget. What? Is this it? Alt to retain textures. Is this it? Really? It's a metallic paint. Doesn't look that interesting, to tell you the truth. Maybe I can make it a little bit brighter, a bit more contrasty, because it has a kind of a paint job enhancing the lights and the darks and the. Okay, that's like a basic job we could do here. What is this? Let's call it pants, because it's like an old material that I had. Pants, not pats. This is an old, just a procedural, but it works so well for what I need and what I want for this. There's no need to complicate things. There's so many different oaks, because it has to do with the angle of the grain. I think that's why there's so many different wood materials. Because I haven't done them like with a proper UV. I've done it kind of in a dumb way, but in an easier, quicker way. We keep copying the materials that we had already assigned to a sort of a test version that I did yesterday. And since I cannot export again from ZBrush to Keyshot maintaining the correct materials, I just have to do this. I just have to copy and paste the materials that I already have from the old one to the new. Maybe this could be a little bit darker. This one's in the pocket. So I don't know why they look so different to the other sort of fibers. There's some hay sticking out of the head as well. Let's paste that material there. Oh, the patches. I might as well. What are the values? I'm not gonna. It's just plastic 0.1. Plastic 1.5, okay. That's good enough. Oh, I have to do the rest of this wood. Just copy and paste. So I had already gone through the trouble of assigning those materials. I don't know if that exact thing is going to work for the ribs now. That's something we're gonna have to try. I really want to finish him today already. I'm not gonna do this exact thing again tomorrow. Unless Keyshot crashes, we should be safe. I hope it won't. Let's delete those fibers since they're no longer needed, and they only make the file bigger and heavier. The gem is already this material, but I might have to make it metallic because the actual gem here thing is gonna collide with other. If it's really transparent, it's not gonna work right now in this environment. This is gold, 24 carats. This is the material from the accents For the vest, I kind of weathered them because they are much brighter in the actual vest that the actual character is wearing. It's a similar one, it's just bluer. This is just a sort of aquamarine kind of color. The ropes, there's like a little string, a little rope here fastening to get shut this sort of bag. So I think I had made them with a nice procedural. It doesn't look bad like that. Maybe it should be that bright. I had made it much darker there. Let's paste this material, but let's make it brighter. There are other bits of string similarly holding other things in place like this. Let's paste that as a linked material here. There used to be some rope here in the actual bag when I had like a ribcage kind of thing, but not anymore. Here we have these that I don't know. Yeah, it looks better lighter than the darker version that I had here. The stitches also should be kind of dark for the pants and not so dark for the other thing. But now that I think about it, did I do the shoes? Yes. Now that I think about it, I forgot to assign a similar wooden texture to the sort of ribs. I don't know, what should it be? I should probably adjust it. It doesn't look terrible. Now that it's rendering, it's gonna take a while. But it doesn't look so bad, I guess. The mouth and the brows I had given some kind of rubbery material that I'm not happy with, but let's, for the lack of anything better right now, let's replicate it. Again, I have to make, for the sake of, that looks so different. That freaking cap, again, I have the exact same problem with the actual character. It casts so much of a shadow on the face, and I had not foreseen that. I have to change also the material of the stitches. I had done this. I like that material that I gave the buttons. They're all kind of the same. They're just black plastic. I like it that it's kind of shiny. It really stands out. I don't remember this sort of stitches I had done. Don't remember the material for this. I don't know if they should be the same for the face. What kind of metallic texture material did I use in this? Oh, it's all 0.1, 0.2 refraction. Okay. If I do the same thing here, so I don't have to save the material. It's 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, and 1.2. And probably the texture it's a bit too saturated. To make it brighter and less contrasty. Or maybe I should replace it altogether for a curvature based sort of procedural. I forgot to give this little dowel the same material as the others. Is this also the same? Is it not metallic? It's plastic? Okay. Maybe the ribs could be darker as well. They look too light, like, and they also cast a shadow in here. Look a bit strange. Is this its own material? Can I make them a little darker? I don't know if that makes any sense. I don't have that freaking bag for the chest that I didn't really like. Oh, there's also here some kind of thing that should have the same material as a little strings, a little bit of strings. Copy. I'm gonna have to hide the hay in here, or I'm not gonna be able to see it. What the hell am I hiding? I'm hiding anything but the hay. That one. This bit here is also that material. I think that's more or less done. I should do the stitches have its own material too, right? Especially this in the vest. Where the heck? I have too many duplicate materials. Where are the stitches? These stitches here. Maybe they could be lighter for. They're a bit too dark. Right, but they should be way lighter to be visible. But it's kind of the same thread from the eyes and the. Well, this is much thicker, really. I don't know if the eyes end up looking kind of silly that way. I don't know if these stitches, since the vest is kind of dark in this lighting, I don't know if they should be light like that or really dark. I don't really know. But then there's also the stitches in the pants. That maybe could be lighter, darker, they could be anything, I don't know. Then there are stitches also here in the head. What material is this? I cannot even see them. It should be this again as well. And there's these stitches in the cap. Maybe these could be lighter as well. Especially since this has been exposed to the sun for so long, for however long. These stitches in the mouth are also dark. We might try making them lighter, but and the brows stitches as well are barely visible under the shadow of a cap. These look very dark, these stitches. This could be lighter. Especially since they've been in the sun, in the direct sunlight. Well, I think those are all the materials that I needed to steal from the older version. I can delete it now and we can just make the final adjustments in this sort of disk. I'm using it as a bit of a placeholder for the ground. It's obviously not necessarily a final thing. Where am I? Here, the disk. Let's make it smaller, much smaller. Well, maybe not so big. We should make it like a flat color. Because the texture is a bit too saturated, but well, it's just a procedural, a kind of random texture that came with actual keyshot. In any case, we should hide. It should be showing only one set of mouths and one set of eyebrows at a time. So let's hide. I just did the two so they will. I won't have to export them separately or anything. The actual animated version is just going to morph to reposition the frown and to... I'm not even sure. This probably could be brighter. That's kind of it, I think. I'm not sure exactly what kind of adjustments, what kind of extra adjustments we should make. Not that it's finished, but these is maybe too dark. I'm never fond of as I was saying yesterday, I think I never use like absolute black or absolute white for lights or for shadows or for any materials, and in the same way that I try to avoid pure primary colors as well. Why is this so freaking dark? Oh, I should... What is the... Oh, yeah, no, I did transfer the exact same material from the older one, but I don't know why it looks so dark. That is the flat color version of it. I painted the highlights and the shadows on the thing, but when I assign it an actual material, I feel like it gets kind of flat. Does it change much if I give it a metallic thing? Maybe just the brightness of this, of a metallic base, could make a difference. It doesn't have to be shiny, but it's the kind of thing that benefits from having a touch of something. Now, the actual character has like big ears and a nose, and he's very different, so he doesn't remind me of Toad, but this is very Toadish to me. It wasn't necessarily the idea, but Jesus. It was just making a scarecrow version of the actual character, this guy. Is he gonna play? This is the actual character. Presumably he did the scarecrow sort of in his image, like a kind of effigy of himself. I kind of like this way. It's capturing kind of dark. Now that I'm looking at the stream. Let's make a screen cap of this for the thumbnail and whatever. And I think again, probably could use some touches here and there. I don't know if this stitches in that bag should be darker, because the bag is like very light. I like the texture now. I hated what I did before. I like that the mouth is sewn on. Again, it was like a weird thing floating on top, the way I did it yesterday. These stitches, I feel like they could be lighter. It's like a weird value. Maybe the pants ones too, because the pants are very dark. The stitches end up looking very subtle. No, that's the pants texture. I want the stitches. There we are. I think that works better for the pants and the vest, but it's probably gonna be too light for the head. I should separate. These stitches should be dark. And I unlink this material and then make it dark again. Are those all different materials? This is kind of lighter than black. This is more closer to black. Maybe it's a bit too close right now. A bit too black. The ones in the vest and the pants, I like them to be kind of the same color as these stitches fastening the actual buttons. Let's save here, and there's like one thingy that I'd like to... This I could make thinner or even smaller, because I feel like they look like the buttons are big, but maybe the buttons are really big, but the actual thread shouldn't be that thick. It's way too thick. So let's where the hell is it? Let's mirror it like that. I feel like that's better than the really thick thread that we had before. Again, it's still much thicker than the stitches here maybe, but it's still kind of thick here in the buttons and in the fly and the pants. I don't know if I should maybe adjust those two. And there's also the fact that these are maybe I should copy these. I don't know if it's gonna let me. I wish I had realized before. Because that's a lot. Just for the sake of making it thinner. I should replace this because I didn't realize I made them symmetrical, and it's like there is no one thread on top of the other, like it should be the correct thing. I don't know if that comes from the actual character. because I actually took his actual pants. And his actual vest. Maybe that's better. I should duplicate those into these, I think. I feel like. And it could be convenient. Why doesn't this work? If I'm holding control and this, it should duplicate it. Why doesn't it do it? Oh, for God's sake. What the hell just happened? Oh, because of symmetry as well. Let's hack symmetry, let's put them kind of place here. Now that's the correct way to do this, I guess. Okay, don't freaking duplicate. Why would you even listen to me? And I didn't realize here that the if you look closely, the thread ends there and it doesn't really touch the surface. Why did this get out of center? These I can get rid of. These. This is rotated like in a weird way. Feels like it's really asymmetrical. It's not matching the button at all. I don't freaking know, it's a little touch, but I'd like to think it improved the thing. The problem now is that if I export over to Keyshot again, I'm probably gonna lose some of the materials that I had already assigned, because Keyshot keeps doing that. But here, there is the Return to ZBrush button. And now, let's save this. And let's save this just in case, and now let's export again, hoping it won't mess up my materials again. All for that freaking little detail of the buttons, but I feel like it had to be done. Now those stitches are smaller, the buttons are big, but the stitches are not ridiculously large. And now these, oh, the hay lost the material. There's always something that gets sort of ruined. These are new, so they don't have the material. Is anything else ruined? The frigging hay. I think I just made it. Premium plastic. Let's remove the actual texture that I came with. And let's make it a bit more yellow. Not too saturated. A bit more orange. Let's paste linked material here. Did none of the hay survive? No. Paste linked material. And for the pocket one, let's just paste it, not linked. Let's make it a little bit darker, because I don't know why these fibers end up looking very different to the others with the exact same value. Okay, now the pants are still the pants. Everything is what it should be, question mark. What is this material? Show me. Select parts with material. What is this? Oh, yeah, exactly. I didn't assign any material to that. It's the fixture of the gem. Fine. I'm not mad. I was gonna go with what the hell happened to this material, and no, I never assigned it in the first place. What's the time? I still have an extra hour and a half for today. So I don't know, if I finish this guy, it would just kind of unprecedented. I might start something new, I don't know. I don't even know, that's probably too shiny. I want a kind of metallic material, but yeah, not. Let's just make it. Let's just hide. Can we hide? No, I can see it through here maybe. Let's paste. What is this? Steel Ultra Scratch, this one. In this part should also be the same material, like it's the fixture for the gem. The gem that powers the guy. Because again, he's not like fully animated pieces, he's just sort of enchanted. That's pretty much it. I don't know if the eyes now look a bit too empty now that the thread is not filling the shape so much. What is this? Why is this plastic transparent? Are all the woods? Oh my god. All the woods are plastic transparent. They shouldn't be transparent. That's gonna slow down the rendering times. Is there anything still left in an advanced material that I still haven't tampered with? How didn't I realize that this was... If I change it to plain plastic? Did it change? Is it the wood? Is it the hands? No. What did I change? I don't even know what I changed. I should probably... the dowels should be... All of these sort of dowels, are they the same material? Okay, these two are, but these are not. I should paste linked material for that one. Those can be linked, right? The other ones cannot because of the direction of the grain of the yeah, the grain of the wood goes like in a different direction. So that's why it's different materials. I guess now people are waking up and realizing they're no longer at Snoits and they're all leaving. It's alright. It's a Friday, there must be a lot of more interesting people to watch. Why is this freaking... I make it paint. I don't want to keep it as transparent plastic. It's going to take longer to render, but it's shinier. For some reason it works better with the exact same values. Should I make it shinier? Then if I make it much shinier, nothing changes. God dang it. Anyway, I think I had the hay could look more interesting. It looks... Why does it look so dark? I don't know if I should make it a different material. Oh. Oh, it's kind of shiny. I should have given it a roughness. Well, that'll fix it. It shouldn't reflect anything too much. Is this the same material? The pant stitches should probably be either darker or lighter or something. Why aren't they... Oh, I changed it. Did this change back? Because I haven't made them... No, the stitches here. I think I had made them lighter for the vest. These are kind of dark. The ones that need to be really dark are the ones here in the head. These don't need to be too dark. This can be lighter. This in the pants really benefit from being lighter. Are these the same material? Is there anything left without a material assigned or anything? Doesn't look like it. What a freaking disaster, this transparent plastic thing. It shouldn't be transparent. But there's no... What do you want these values to? Maybe these little dowels I can make just something else, not as reflective. It should be sort of dusty. Sort of weathered. It looks so much like Toad. I was not going for that. Well, I mean the head at least anyway. I wasn't going for that in the original character, but it's kind of unavoidable here that it doesn't have the features that are more make it more himself. I had made the ribs kind of darker. Did they retain that thing, or... It's so weird how freaking how Twitch counts the sort of active viewers. You'd always have a lot of more viewers if it counted everyone in chat. But yeah, I guess it makes sense. There is some kind of logic to that. I'm not too crazy about these wrinkles here. They look kind of messy, they look kind of funky. Anyway, there's a lot of things that I'm probably going to be able to fix. Or that I might end up needing to fix in Photoshop, because the way that I'm going to animate this is making separate renders in separate layers to then rig a b-dimensional thing to animate it in 2D. this 3D animation, it was 3D rigging and animation is a whole other thing that I don't know how to do. So, but the one thing that I can do is that, this kind of hybrid. Since I cannot draw, and I can sort of make these characters this way, that's a kind of middle point that I have reached. I should also make like a little reel of the animations that I have done before, maybe just to have something to show to people. I'm kind of content with him. He's a lot better than what I thought he'd be. I forgot completely, I was going to do some poly painting here and enhance some shadows, something like I did with the vest and with the thing. I wasn't just going to do the burlap. But anyway, I have enhanced the brightness and lower the contrast so much that it's probably not going to show if I did that. I wish I could do it here. Well, maybe I could using the masking. Probably I could. I should save with the masking on. Now that I think about it, I might need that masking again. Please save and don't crash. Let's save this here too. I don't know about those stitches now in the vest. They could be either lighter or darker or something. They're almost indistinguishable, I feel like. I like the hay. Everything's a little bit too matte. This is a bit too shiny, but again, for the sake of avoiding, maybe he did like some kind of red silk or something. That's why it looks like that. Now that I think about it, I have a silk kind of material that had some kind of bump. Can I do something? The silks that I've used before have a sort of a texture. Oof, it's super shiny. I cannot spell silk. That's not it, but I had like a kind of silk had like a little micro texture that was really this, exactly this. I don't know what it is. Should I? No, wait. Oh, this is metallic paint, and this is what? Plastic transparent. If we go back to metallic paint, this is gonna absolutely not. But right, it's retaining. Yeah, exactly. It's retaining the texture, and it's not what I want. I want to see what texture is this. What is this bump map? Is it? It's silk bump. Okay, it's literal silk. I'm gonna look for it. It must be in the, because it's really a very nice texture for this. I'm gonna look for it, and I'm gonna try to apply to this. It's probably in the actual keyshot folder. Silk bump. It's very good. It's very effective. I don't know if it's good. That gives it an entirely weird thing. What size was it here? Scale 1. Bump height 0.1. Scale 1. Bump height 0.1. That's the ticket. It's like very subtle. Maybe I could make it bigger. But up close it really does give it like a fabric kind of thing to it. Maybe I could duplicate it because it's in this scale it doesn't really show. Maybe that's a bit much, but maybe it should be negative 0.1, so it's like a little more like that. It's subtle, but it's like there, especially when you come up close. It's like it's more of a fabric-y texture. These patches are kind of floating, hovering over the thing. They're not. Are they not touching it? But probably it's kind of a good thing because they're not clipping and they're kind of casting a shadow. Oops. I should probably group together the features that I need to hide when I need to hide them, because it's always annoying to have to pick them and hide them individually. Well, I think that's it. Maybe I could add a similar silk thingy to the vest as well. What even are these? Why are they different? Did I make these? I remember making something like a glitter kind of thing, because there was like no way to make like a proper glittery material. Or at least there wasn't like a default thingy. Okay, that's a bit much. Let's make it out, because it's also... Where's the... Where are we? Here. Let's make it minus 0.1. For some reason it wants me to do commas. So I duplicate the scale as well. Well, maybe I should duplicate the bumpiness. Is that too much? This is too much. Is it? Not really. It looks like a lot at first, and then it kind of adjusts. Are these stitches the same as this stitches, the same material? Because they look so much darker. It's so weird how the lighting works. It's very subtle. Maybe I could really double it. No, wait, damn it. Did I screw up the paint job? No, that's correct. It's not the texture that I have to, it's the bump map. At first glance it looks a bit too uniform, but then as the samples keep piling up and it renders more it's not as visible, but up close, oof, up close, it looks like a lot. Maybe I should revert to minus 0,1. Just as a little touch. Let's hide this to see. The structure, a little bit of the structure underneath. I don't know if these stitches should be darker, should be lighter, should be. I think they're the right shade right now. I don't freaking know. Why did I? No, I still have some water. The holes in the eye buttons look so big. My original idea was to try to look like Ergol had painted features on the face instead of sewn them on. And I don't know why I didn't even try it. At some point I thought I was going to try making more of a almost like a plushy version of the actual face with the actual ears, with some attempt at the nose or something. But again, I feel like it's just a kind of thing that it's not necessary. She's just trying to fool dumb birds into thinking that this is him, or this is another one like him. I don't know. For now I'm satisfied with this guy. Are the stitches in the face, in the eyes? Do I have a close-up camera? Is this the same material as? What material is this? Is this the same material as these stitches here in the pants? It could be the same. I should group it together anyway. Let's copy that material and paste it here as a linked material. And here too, because I think I didn't regroup them. This, I don't know why it has that texture. I don't know if it's doing much for it. Maybe we could use the cloth thing as well, or the actual. No, that's a procedural. Let's go for the silk as well. Maybe. Please, where are you? Will that do anything? When it first applies, it looks like way too much. Is it the same material all over? Okay. Let's adjust here. Certainly the height to -0 something, because it looks better as little holes. Is -1 too much? It looks like a lot. In size it maybe should be bigger. And now we can lower the height back to again, this is the kind of thing that is really noticeable up close, but from afar it forms a kind of a pattern here and there when you see it. When it starts rendering, it creates a kind of a weird noir kind of thing, but then it goes back to normal and it's more matte, and you can see like a basic kind of thingy, but it's not heavy, it's not excessive. Okay, this is Ergol again. I don't know if the volume was too high. Did I fix the actual? Oh, there's some fibers here that are sticking through the pants. I thought I had fixed them all. I don't know if it's worth it trying to export again and risk losing some material just for those two stupid bits of fiber that are kind of clipping through the pants here. There's a problem with the fiber. Sometimes you have like very little control and they end up clipping through something they shouldn't touch. Tomorrow I should start a new character probably or something. I'm not even sure. Wow, a lot of this is really clipping through. Why didn't I fix this before? It's the kind of thing that I say I will do later and then I actually forget. I guess it doesn't really, when you see it from the back, it's really not noticeable, but I don't know if I should fill this with something else, because it shouldn't look empty. The idea is that it's filled with hay, but I try to avoid the structure here. But there are empty parts, unavoidably. That's really a pain if I have to export again. Something's gonna be messed up. I can click the go back to ZBrush thing, but it doesn't really do much. Let's export again. Probably something's gonna get ruined. Something's gonna lose its materials. And it's the hay again. Hopefully it's not much else. I don't know what's wrong with the hay. The hay, the fibers tend to do that. Is there anything else? I hope it's just a friggin' hay. Let's make it plastic and let's make it diffuse. Let's make it kind of rough, so it's not shiny at all. And let's make it yellowish. Not too saturated, not too light. A bit more yellow, less orange. Well, at least that wasn't a complete disaster with the other materials, because a lot of the time you export again and you lose a lot of the assigned materials. I hope I won't have to... Well, probably there's a lot of things that needs adjustment that might benefit from going back and forth from ZBrush a couple more times, but for now I'm kind of happy with this guy. Again, for a character that's more of a prop than a character that I kind of made up in the last minute on Monday, finishing him today is about right. Did this Teaches change again? Oh, that's also, yeah, that's the thing that happened. This Teaches reverted to the lighter version, the darker version that I did before. Is that affecting any other stitches? Oh, that the ones in the mouth are connected. Okay, let's unlink this and make them lighter. This in the mouth and the thing are probably better off being dark. These could be a bit lighter. Because they don't work, it's really dark. They shouldn't be too light either, but I feel like they're the ones that have been exposed to sunlight, so they should be lighter. There's a weird crisscross of the texture here, because it's just how is it applying it? With the same UV that I'm using for the texture of the poly painting, I guess. Well, that's fine. So these stitches are kind of dark but lighter. This can be darker. These are light, so they appear more contrasted here. This can really be dark. This one in this bag. And the ones in the pants maybe should be dark all the way, or light, but I don't know what the hell they are doing right now. It could be lighter. Or they'd be almost invisible in the... And they should be also kind of rough. That's something that I should adjust in the other stitches materials. Let's make them rough so they are not reflective. Like right now they have almost a high reflectance and a specular quality to them. They should be rough because they are matte, but I don't want to use like an actual matte material, because it doesn't look good. Are these two the same? Maybe I should just group them together. Is there anything else that needs adjustment? I don't know if the stitches in the eyes should be darker or lighter or something. I do like the plastic material of the actual buttons. Maybe I should make my own buttons for the eyes, because it does look like it's the basic buttons for the IMM brush from actual ZBrush, but sort of softened, which makes the this. It kind of deformed the holes in the buttons a little bit. They're not perfectly round because if they are a subdivided version of, where is it, this or something like this. They are like a very low resolution thing that I subdivided, and it shows. It's kind of weird that the holes aren't perfectly round. And it's also kind of weird how low resolution these were, and I didn't even notice. For the face, something so low resolution. I don't mind these buttons so much. Maybe I should subdivide them a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Another attempted transference here. It's gonna mess up the hay again. It's gonna mess up the stitches again. Well, let's just try it. Let's save. Let's save here. Again, I probably should either, since we're at it, I don't want to manually adjust these holes, but they look so weird. Is symmetry on? Where's the other one? Hello? Oh, it's not the eye, it's this one. Now, symmetry on. Solo. I don't know if it's worth it, and I don't know if it would make any sense, but if I try to manually make the holes a little bit rounder as opposed to this weird shape that they are right now, so it bothers me a little less. I hate eyeballing things like this, but the correct way would be doing my own buttons with like booleans or stuff like that. At least now they're a little bit more round. At least to a sort of plain sight. Something like that. This one looks a lot bigger than the rest. Let's freaking say, oh, let's freaking export once again. We have time after all. We lost the hay. The stitches are all wrong now. What? Did it apply? Freaking hay. Now let's apply the same hay here, but not to the pocket. The freaking pocket should be darker for some reason, because with the same value it looks different. Paste material and make it darker. Not so much, just darker. Not less saturated. Not anything else, just darker. Okay, the stitches in the pants look fine. They're light. They are good contrast with the pants. These are still light. That's good. These are still kind of mid. Maybe they could be darker. These stitches should be really dark. And they are not for some reason. They look dark enough here anyway, but it could be kind of on the really dark side. How many stitches, materials are there? This I should probably unlink and make it a little bit brighter. And these stitches, stitch 6, select parts with material. Are those the only part with this? Oh. I should unlink them. I should unlink these and make them lighter. And the pants ones should be the same. For now they're not, but let's make them the same. Let's copy this and paste as linked material here. I don't know why these look darker. I guess it's the lighting. It's the exact same values and this looks so much darker than this. And now the mouth and brows. Can't have a darker one. I don't know if it should be darker than that. What is this material again? Is this the same material from these other things? I guess it is. Okay, I didn't look at what I came here to fix. Now that I think about it. Do the buttons look better? This looks messy here. I'm not gonna go back and fix it, but yeah, it's like a smudged kind of thing. But it's better than what I did before, no doubt. This is this one. This is what I had before. Had a lot of places with smudgy, messy texture. Here at least it's more uniform in on the actual face. Anyway, as far as major adjustments go, I feel like this guy's done. I don't know what else should I do today, or if I should start something new. It's kind of unlike me. I don't have anything planned. I don't have any references at hand. I have to do like a new character. The characters that I've done are this, or the actual protagonist. This turtle, that is probably the best one that I've done. This spider that I need. This spider needs more work. I'd like to at least partially redo the legs. And certainly the torso. I don't know why I gave it this weird kind of wasp waist in here. That's not how the thorax of actual spiders go. Then I did this one human character. She's kind of over the top. She's a sort of a sorceress. The only survivor of the triumvirate. I have to fix this freaking frill here. It doesn't even connect to the material properly. Maybe I could do something like that. The bat I like very much. Probably could use some adjustments, but for what it is, it's fine. This, I have to fix this playlist. It still plays the old flower. And this is the current version of this character. Again, I was working on her and I thought this org chart should probably have a scarecrow. And out of there grew the idea of the freaking scarecrow looking like him, made kind of in his image, made by him with his hands, with his tools in wood, crafty as he can be, and then turned into a kind of enchanted thing by Astrid, the other character that he's going to collaborate with him on this spell that they're working in for this story. Is this the actual close-up camera? Yes. Again, he's more of a prop than a character. He's not gonna show up for too long. He doesn't even have dialogue. He's not alive again. He only becomes kind of animated to do his job on scaring birds away because of the enchantment thing, and he's powered by this one single gem. The magic system in this world works with crystals and gems. He has this one sort of gem that's like his heart in a way. That's why I put it there. The actual characters, the actual magical animals, well, they're like the turtle. They grow characters. They grow crystals out of their backs because they're like magical creatures of the forest or whatever. This artificial guy has this kind of one gem in this kind of fixture here, and he's powered by that. I don't know, that's, I could just end the stream, or maybe it's almost 5 for me. I could end it at 5. Pity most people left. We could have raided someone. We could have raided a friend. I don't know who even is online right now. I'm gonna leave this to render for a little while so we can have a close-up of the chest. And I really like this wood. I'm really happy with how I changed it. I changed the texture. That's the texture that comes with Keyshot, but it was very yellow, it was very saturated, it was a bit too dark. I made it lighter, I made it a bit more warm, more reddish, and less saturated, and it became exactly what I needed. Again, this is kind of cartoony, kind of whatever. I'm not going for realism exactly, but I like to have some degree of finishing, some kind of thing. Oh my god, how is that bleeding through the thing that I didn't notice? That is clipping. Oh, it was when I expanded it again. Okay, I guess we're gonna keep streaming for a while after all, because I should have fixed this and I didn't. It's such a stupid little thingy, but for God's sake, I didn't notice. And I did make some adjustments here because I didn't like the curve here, how it looked. I tried to fix this curve that looked odd to me, like it wasn't quite following the shape correctly. This comes from when this was thinner, I made it thicker. It should clip through here. Oh well, no, right, this doesn't matter. Now that I think about it, because it's like this kind of little sleeve thingy is kind of separate, so it doesn't matter. But this, maybe. What the hell is happening? Why didn't I see this when I corrected the shape of the vest? This kind of thing shouldn't clip here, through here. This is so thick, it should be thinner. It's really poorly made, to be honest. But it's pretty much the exact same vest from the actual character. I should pause this. Let's say this. This texture is a bit too much now that it's fully rendered. For a close-up, I should decrease it. Again. Pew. I should adjust this to not stick out of there so much. Maybe just this tip here, not so much the whole thing. And what's clipping here I should fix. How did I not see this? I tried to fix something else and that I did not see. I don't like how this curve looks here. I don't want to have to export again and lose the materials again. But I cannot not fix these things. It probably clipped again now that I... So stupid. I become so saturated of everything that I feel like so many of these things end up having so many moving parts that I cannot keep up with everything. And there's always something that I should return to and fix, but I forget. I move on to something else and I forget about this or that detail. Okay, let's save here. Let's unpause here and save here. Once again, let's freaking let's freaking go again. I'm gonna have to redo the hay, and I'm gonna have to redo the stitches. I don't know why those materials, see, those darkened again immediately. But well, let's do the right thing and let's fix what needs to be fixed. I've already left some mistakes in other characters, and I'm probably gonna have to go back and fix them for the final thing when I need to render the definitive thing. I don't know why those fibers look so different. Let's get here to the stitches. Let's unlink them and make them lighter to really contrast with the pants, the trousers. Let's take these stitches again too, and let's unlink them again. Let's make them much lighter. The rest can be dark. These are supposed to be dark. These two. And these are a bit too dark now. Let's make them a bit lighter. These have been under the sun for a long time. I try to poly paint. It's kind of subtle, but I try to paint some decoloration sort of pattern and around the patches. Is there any other material that needs some love? Oh, god dang it, I had 2 more viewers for a second. I could have rated someone with 4 viewers. It would have been something. Again, I don't care about that stuff that much, but really, it's the kind of thing that comes and goes, and I appreciate every viewer, everyone that comes here. I don't know why this looks so wonky. I want to soften them. Can I soften? I wish I could soften the valleys more than the peaks or something, but I don't know. This is still gonna look wonky. It's done. It's done. Let's call it done. I'm a bit saturated of the whole thing. It's kind of cute. I don't necessarily want it to be cute. I had the exact same problem with Ergol himself. He's supposed to be friendly but not cute, kind of weird looking but not ugly. So it's kind of complicated. This freaking vest makes me think of Flynn Rider too much. That's kind of a problem that I had with actual Ergol. And especially because of this kind of sleeve thingy, shoulder thingy. But if I don't put them, it looks way too ordinary. I kept forgetting that I wanted to make the part where the pocket should have been, to make it darker, like it protected it from the sun for a while, but then it fell off, and revealing a part that's like less exposed to the sun. But it's such a freaking detail. I mean, I'm not known for my details. Let's save here and here. And let's just call it for today. Or maybe in a few minutes. Since I'm at it, I'm gonna set it to render the turntable animation. Maybe this could be lighter, even a little bit lighter. Again, I'm very happy with the idea, not so much with the execution. It's something that I thought of on Monday because I needed to solve the problem of what to do next, and I wasn't ready for the characters that I know that I need to do. Maybe this could be a little bit lighter because it's just the thing the bag is sewn with. This is actually something that Ergol chose to sew the mouth and brows with, but this is just the thread that comes with the bag. So it should be kind of contrasty enough, but not super dark. These stitches in the eyes again, I don't know if they would benefit from looking darker. Oh, there went my screen. I don't know, I think that doesn't affect the stream, but my screen did a very weird thing. Okay. Yeah, the stream looks fine. I don't know if something darker fills out the eyes more. It's too contrasty for the actual. Maybe just lighter. This is like a bit of a weird tone. Maybe this should be just lighter, like a lot of these other threads. Again, maybe it is the decoloration because of the sun. I don't freaking know. Anyway, it's kind of all the time that I have for today. I could be on for a couple more minutes, but the guy's finished for now, and probably could use some adjustments here or there, but I always try to take them to some degree of completion, and then when I actually need to adjust anything for the animated thing, I might fix whatever needs to be fixed. But for now, I think this guy's done. I don't know if we could rate someone. Is there any friend streaming? We could raid Nathan. He has raided us before. So he has been streaming for 5 hours, 20 minutes. Maybe he's gonna end his stream. We could rate him. Okay, I guess that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna just set this up to render the turntable animation. And that's it. Let's set up a new camera for that. Let's add the actual turntable. Let's make it 6 seconds. Is that the right thing? Okay, maybe it should rotate around the environment. So it's gonna be more. I don't know if that makes it too. Let's save just in case. And maybe for this he's a bit too high over the ground. Maybe we could put it with the feet closer to the ground, like to make it look a bit more natural. At least just for the turntable. I don't freaking know. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. Thank you again, everyone, for coming. Thank you, Snoid, for raiding. Thank you, anyone that might be still lurking out there. Thank you, the Big Fat, if you're still around lurking. Who else might be out there? Wasnas, Galactic Dust, Morning Star, everyone that came this morning. Thank you very much. I should be back tomorrow on a Saturday for a full 4-hour stream again. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I should start something different. I don't know what. Maybe an environment, finally, maybe an entirely different character, an entirely different, like, magic creature of the forest. For now, let's raid Nathan. Thank you again, guys, for coming. We should get going. He might end his stream soon, but I'm gonna set this to render the animation at 1080p, not video output, just PNG. And let's start rendering the turntable. It's probably gonna be a quick one. Let's save this, let's close this, let's close everything. We're going. Thank you again, everyone. See you next time tomorrow. Whenever next time is. Let's raid Nathan.